Lothbrok continues, delving deeper into his ambition, faith, family, and the endless pursuit of power. Now the King of Kattegat, Ragnar stands at the height of his glory, but victory has not brought him peace. He is restless, searching for meaning beyond the crown. His eyes remain fixed on the lands beyond the sea, particularly England, a place filled with opportunity, danger, and deceit. The season begins with Ragnar forming an uneasy alliance with King Ecbert of Wessex. Ecbert, a cunning and manipulative ruler, promises Ragnar fertile lands for his people to farm. Ragnar sees this as a chance to secure a future for his people, a future not only built on raids and bloodshed but on settlement and legacy. He sends a group of settlers to Wessex, led by Lagertha, who has become a powerful and respected leader in her own right. Lagertha hopes this new land will bring peace, but the English court is filled with schemes and hidden agendas. In Wessex, Ragnar's old friend Athelstan serves as the bridge between the Vikings and the Christians. Having once been a monk enslaved by Ragnar, Athelstan is now torn between two worlds. He has come to love the Vikings and their ways, yet he still feels the pull of his Christian faith. King Ecbert, fascinated by both Athelstan and the Vikings, manipulates everyone around him. He secretly sends his son Aethelwulf and his daughter-in-law, Princess Judith, to interact with the Vikings, but Judith becomes captivated by Athelstan. Their relationship blossoms in secret, further complicating the already tense ties between faith, love, and loyalty. Back in Kattegat, tensions rise among Ragnar's closest allies. Floki, the shipbuilder and loyal friend who once stood beside Ragnar through every raid, begins to feel betrayed. He despises Ragnar's closeness to Athelstan, whom he sees as a corrupting Christian influence. Floki believes Ragnar has turned away from the Norse gods and traditions. His faith and fanaticism begin to drive a wedge between them. Aslog, Ragnar's wife, also grows distant, frustrated by his coldness and distracted mind. The family's unity starts to crumble as Ragnar's obsession with greatness deepens. Rollo, Ragnar's brother, struggles with his own demons. Though he remains loyal to Ragnar, he cannot escape the feeling of living in his brother's shadow. His growing resentment hints at the betrayal that destiny may one day demand of him. Bjorn, Ragnar's son, now older and stronger, begins to take a more central role. He wishes to prove himself worthy of his father's legacy, though Ragnar's expectations weigh heavily upon him. As the Viking settlement in Wessex begins to thrive, Ecbert's true nature is revealed. His promises of peace and friendship are nothing more than political tools. He uses the Vikings to expand his influence, and when the time is right, he betrays them brutally. The peaceful settlers, including many innocent men, women, and children, are slaughtered. Lagertha is forced to flee, her dreams of a new life shattered. This betrayal ignites a fury in Ragnar's heart, but for now, he hides his rage behind silence and strategy. Meanwhile, Athelstan undergoes a profound spiritual struggle. Torn between his devotion to Christ and his love for Ragnar, he seeks signs from God. He experiences visions and doubts that haunt him constantly. Ragnar, too, seems lost between belief and disbelief. Their friendship is more than political, it is spiritual, emotional, and deeply human. But Floki cannot bear it. In his eyes, Athelstan's presence offends the gods. His jealousy and religious zeal reach a breaking point, leading him to commit the unthinkable. In a quiet moment of betrayal, Floki kills Athelstan. When Ragnar discovers Athelstan's death, his grief is overwhelming. He buries him on a hill, performing a Christian ceremony in silence. His rage toward Floki simmers, but his sorrow is greater than his anger. He loved Athelstan as a brother, perhaps more than any other man. This loss changes Ragnar forever. He becomes quieter, colder, and more distant. With his faith shattered and his heart heavy, Ragnar turns his focus to a new conquest, the legendary city of Paris, said to be the richest and most impenetrable fortress in Europe. Gathering his warriors, including Lagertha, Rollo, Floki, and Bjorn, he sails for France. The journey is long and dangerous, but Ragnar's hunger for glory drives him forward. The French, led by Emperor Charles and his fierce daughter Princess Gisela, prepare for war. The siege of Paris becomes one of the most spectacular battles of the entire saga. The Vikings attack with fire and fury, using ships, towers, and cunning tactics to breach the city's defenses. The Franks fight back with powerful weapons and clever strategy. Ragnar himself grows ill during the campaign, near death, yet he refuses to give in. His cunning once again becomes his greatest weapon. Pretending to die, Ragnar demands baptism before his supposed death, requesting to be buried inside Paris's cathedral. His enemies, believing him defeated, grant his wish. But when his coffin is carried inside, Ragnar suddenly bursts out, killing the guards and opening the gates for his army. The Vikings flood into the city, claiming victory. The aftermath, however, is far from triumphant. The Vikings argue among themselves about what to do next. Floki feels guilty and restless, haunted by what he did to Athelstan. Lagertha questions her choices and her faith in Ragnar. Rollo begins to see a different destiny calling him, one that may take him far from his brother's side. Ragnar, though victorious, feels empty. His triumph means nothing without meaning, and his mind is filled with doubt. The season ends on a somber, reflective note. Ragnar sits upon a hill overlooking Paris, weak and weary. Below, his men celebrate their conquest, but Ragnar's eyes are far away. He has achieved everything he once dreamed of, yet peace still escapes him. The gods are silent, his heart is broken, and his destiny grows darker with each victory. As he looks toward the horizon, the shadow of his fate deepens, hinting at betrayals, battles, and losses yet to come. Vikings Season 3 closes with Ragnar as both a conqueror and a haunted man, a king who has won the world but may be losing his soul.